Yep. How's it going, guys? How's it going, man? Yeah, I haven't been that hungry today. I didn't even eat. I don't even think I ate anything yet today. Bought some Papa Murphy's pizzas for dinner tonight. Me and my family are gonna eat. Did you see I was able to make you a mod? Boy, I had a really interesting DoorDash delivery today. I go to deliver this lady's house, and she answers the door. She's kind of hiding behind the door. I can see like a silk button-down blouse, and I'm like, "Yep, she's getting her back broke." It's so hilarious to answer the door. She's trying to hide behind it. I'm like, that's why it took a little longer. She's trying to up off. She's getting good. Oh boy, that was the most interesting one I've had today. Had it ever.
Tonight, Deep Park Radio proudly presents our Nighttime Spectacular Illuminations. The stunning fireworks show presented every night at Epcot. Every night, Deep Park Radio.
Yeah. Yeah, they do. Yeah, I wish I was getting some. That's going to be a while away.
The Deep Park Radio Nighttime Spectacular. Tonight at 8:40 Eastern. And again at 8:40 Eastern. Only on Deep Park Radio.
Oh, just kind of listening to some Disney music. Yeah, sorry, my dog's being a pain in the butt. Oh, yeah. Were you able to see the projects I was working on, the bolt and the rim? The rim I cut with the Sawzall, and I cut it with the Sawzall, and then I started pounding away to separate it out. I'm gonna cut off the outside from where the bolts sit. Cut that down and everything. Yeah, she's cute. She's a pain in the butt, though. This is yeah, she's my personal dog, and then we got two others in the house that are family dogs. So there's 3 dogs here. So it's a pretty interesting house going on. Her and our oldest don't really get along. Her and the middle one is over the life. Just talking about my dogs. Got my one personal. Got my one personal dog, and then we got two other family dogs out here. And how crazy it is with 3 of them. Oh yeah, I probably should clean mine. I just haven't had the chance. I've been so busy, especially since school is wrapping up here in 5 weeks. As you can tell, got a few different things, empty things. Oh yeah, it's quite interesting. The oldest one and the oldest one and Coda here don't really get along very much, but Coda and our middle dog are got kind of get along. They love to play together. Oldest one hasn't really played in years. What energy drinks? Oh, I like Red Bull, but I don't drink it that much. I tried the Coke energies, and those are just terrible. Ugh, just nasty. I tried the cherry Coke one. It just terrible.
Okay, be sure to grab all your stuff and watch your step as you exit. Goodbye.
Veuillez rassembler vos affaires et descendre en faisant attention à la marche.
Okay.
Did anybody else try those Coke energy drinks? No, I didn't know that. That's kind of interesting. I'm not a big fan of the Sour Patch Kids, though. I just can't stand sour stuff. They used to have sour eggs in the different colors, or different levels of sourness, and I didn't like mine, and so I had cut mine open so I could have the egg was gum, and then the inside was sugar or sour sugar, and that's kind of interesting. So cut it open and I dump out the sugar. My cousin loves the sour stuff. And he just sat there and just poured the whole thing in his mouth, like it was like a pint thing of sour egg gums, and it was, I think I had half, or like most of that whole thing. I had cut the egg open, I dumped out the sugar onto something, and he just ate all that, and he couldn't feel his mouth for like 4 hours because it was so sour. I haven't tried those coffee ones. I'm not a big coffee drinker. I've been tempted to kind of try one, but haven't really wanted to because I like other things, Like I if I find Pib, which I've found Pib at Quick Trip, and I will go grab like 2 of those at a time. And yeah, like my mom has some special Starbucks coffees that she gets from Starbucks. Oh, I kind of like those. I don't really get those if I go there, but I do. I used to like drinking from the ones that she got, but I didn't get them for myself. I had some coffee the one time we were at the AIDS walk with Target, and it was cold as hell all day. I think it was like May or June or something like that. It was supposed to be. It should have been a warm day, but yeah, it was like 40 degrees in the morning and blowing really hard. So it felt like 20 degrees, and I was sitting there in shorts because I expected the day to be like 70s. And so, yeah, it got really cold, and I was freezing. And when had some coffee, tore them up. Oh, I could survive on Pib personally. I love that stuff. It's Pib Extra or Ultra or something like that. Now it used to be Mr. Pibb. I'll always call it Mr. Pibb. It made my day when I went down to Florida here in January. I went to Florida in January and went to. I'm like, you guys got Dr. Pepper? They're like, no, we got Pibb. I'm like, I'll take that. Their parents are like, you just made his day. I'm like, yep, I love Pibb. Nobody sells it really hardly anymore in Minnesota. It used to be a pretty big thing. Yeah, that ticked me off because it's been Coke for years, and then Coke has Dr. Pepper, and then all of a sudden, because years ago, at least in Minnesota, you used to walk into McDonald's and there was Mr. Pibb, and then now it's Dr. Pepper, which I don't like Dr. Pepper as much as I like Mr. Pibb. I just love Mr. Pibb. And I'll always say that, and all of a sudden somebody probably be like, what? Yeah, I looked at the cans that they used to have, and it had some weird designs on the cans. Just the Pibb guy, it's kind of creepy. Because I remember as a kid, it used to be how it looks now. If you've seen Pibb, yeah, it used to look. When I grew up, it was this, but it said Mr. Pibb, and also you can have the best bites ever. It's just weird.
Find out more at Telemos.com. 15 minutes could save 15%.
Oh, that's a show we used to do at football.
What? It's actually
yeah, and it's just creepy. This is the Mr. Pibb cans.
We never got to use it because you would only hit home runs.
I just can't believe it. But yeah, I used to drink it as a kid. I loved it. But of course, it's called a spicy cherry cola or something like that. It's spicy cherry soda. And it used to be really spicy when I was a kid, but now I used to get that spice, but now I don't.
This is good. What's the difference?
Yeah, that Mr. Pibb one. That's an old one. That's old. That's God knows how long ago that was. Not even sure when it was called Mr. Pibb. Oh, so it looks like it was Mr. Pibb from 1974 to 2001. So yeah, that's a really old one. Yeah, there's some designs out there for different companies and different things that you just surprise. Like I saw one video today or last night. It was for the Iowa State Fair. It was pretty weird. Go to off the bed. Off the bed. Ah, shoot. Don't puke. Coda. No. Oh, thank God. I thought she was going to hurl big time. She just kind of did a little bit. So let's see. Iowa State Fair. Let's see if it focus. Yeah, that's the Iowa State Fair logo. A little suggestive. Yeah, it's a little suggestive. Not really something you want to have as your logo when you're going to have kids see that. Yeah, but cats do. I've seen cats hairball puke more than dogs puke. Coda! And there's the final puke. Yep. Yeah, she's. I'll be back in bed. I gotta go take care of her. Coda! Let's go. What I miss? I don't know. What do you mean 5 head smack? Oh. No, I'm not. I'm listening to Disney music. Yeah, it's a online radio station that somebody started that you can listen to Disney music, and it comes from all different um, parts of the world that has Disney parks. So like Japan and China, and then Paris and U.S. are all Disney parks. Yeah, it's from um, Tokyo Disneyland that they because it'll play from all over, and you can request different things. So there's people from all over the world that will request different things. So you might request like Tron. I don't think there's a Disney princess from Japan. There's one from China, Mulan, but yeah, it's a it's a really weird thing. I don't think most of the stuff in Japan isn't really Disney. It's kind of more of Japanese stuff, and then they throw Disney characters with it, so it's mostly Japanese. Yeah, I've never heard of that. Yeah, I've never heard of Five Head. Interesting. All right, I'll be back. I gotta grab some spray to clean this up. And of course. Oh, notion of Disney princess isn't something Japanese really had. Yeah, they also didn't. They also don't have, or Disney hasn't really made a Disney princess that's from Japan. Um, Play Deep Park Radio still. So yeah. Disney music.
In Minneapolis, St. Paul, spring's finally here, and there's no time to wait to get the lawn of your dreams.
Well, I'm guessing it would probably be something like Mulan. It's just they haven't come up, or somebody's got to create a movie that's got to be Japanese, or with the Japanese princess. Takes place in um, America or something like that. I know Big Hero 6, that was play on Japanese culture in San Francisco. That's why it's called San Francisco. So that's why you see a lot of Japanese people, but it's kind of an American town. So that's kind of that whole thing. Yeah, she wasn't really, but she's kind of considered one. The whole Disney princess algorithm is kind of weird. What was it, Cinderella? She's royalty, or she's a Disney. She's a princess, but I don't think she's considered a Disney princess. I think, or one thing I heard wasn't from Disney, but it made sense. It was a video I watched that the whole, in order to be a Disney princess, you have to have your clothing be able to be like costumes and stuff. So that's, or so like Anna and Elsa were they're kind of considered the Disney princesses, but they're not really official and stuff. Like I think what was it? Aurora and um, Snow White. Snow White wasn't really a princess, but she's considered a Disney princess. Um, there are some other ones that were interesting. I don't remember what the whole list is of Disney princesses. Let me look it up. See, so you got Ariel, Jasmine, Aurora, Belle, Tiana, Merida. Yeah, that's not the official list. There's an official list of them because Brave is not a Disney or what was it? Merida. Merida is her name from Brave. She is not a Disney princess. She's technically a Pixar princess. That's why they kind of made fun of. If you've seen Wreck-It Ralph 2 or Ralph Breaks the Internet, that's why they kind of made fun of Merida, and her voice was different, and you couldn't understand her at all, and she was talking kind of funny, and they're like, oh, she's from a different studio. Well, because she's from Pixar, she was a Pixar princess, and she's not technically Disney, even though Disney owns Pixar. She's not really technically considered a Disney princess. Yeah, there's only 12 Disney princesses. Here's the official list. It's Snow White, Cinderella, Aurora, Ariel, Belle, Jasmine, Pocahontas, Mulan, Tiana, Rapunzel, Merida. Well, Merida is one, and Moana. And then there's, of course, all the unofficial. And most of these weren't really. There's only a handful, actually, that were official ones that Walt Disney himself called Disney princesses. That sounds kind of interesting. There was I think it was Robot Chicken, or maybe another Adult Swim one I saw as a kid. But it was the parents were screwing like right in the living room, and the kids walked in, and it's like two-headed. It's like a two-headed kid. They're um, they're two-headed sons or something like that. Two heads, one body, and they walk in, and they're sitting there, and they see their parents do it on the floor, and and when they walk in, and then they're sitting there, they're like taking soap and washing their eyes out. It was so weird. I'm not a big fan of that show. Have you seen that trend where people are talking about themselves and they got that horn? It's like all aboard or whatever. If not mistaken, that's from Disney too, because that's what they. Or that sounds exactly like the Walt Disney World Railroad and the Disneyland Railroad is what they say. And if I'm not mistaken, that whole the whole part where they're like all aboard, that's Disney. So it's kind of interesting. They got a trend going on that starts out with Disney, but then some people take it really far when they're describing themselves, and it's quite interesting. Oh my god, I want to slap this guy, girl, whatever the hell it is. Literally says, "Are transgender people braver than veterans?" And they're like, "Yeah, they're braver than veterans." I doubt that. My grandpa served in Vietnam, and of course, you don't know who's good and who's bad. Literally, you could have somebody ambush from right under your feet, and you'd be dead. Yeah, no, the military, you are brave as hell. I respect them big time. It's BS when people are saying that trying or to go through a transition is you're braver than the military. Well, go get shot at, and then you can say you're brave. Yeah, and didn't you say your dad was active military most of your time you grew up? Yeah, even it takes a lot of courage to go into the military. You, um, even if you aren't serving overseas, it does take a bit get the to sign up. I had considered signing up for the Navy, either um, for going or straight enlisting or ROTC. That's kind of what thing I looked through when I was looking at colleges, and then I was also looking at doing Coast Guard, HITRON, which is um, a sniper from it's a group. Yeah, my grandpa was in from like 68 to 69 in Vietnam. He was actually over there in the shit. Um, what was I saying? Oh my god, I lost track of what I was saying. Oh yeah, HITRON. So basically, main job is they go out on patrol in a helicopter, and you sit there with a 50 cal with the Ecotech sight on there first, and is your one of your weapons. Then you also got a, oh my god, what's that big squad? It's very recognizable squad 50 cal gun. Oh, I forget what that one's called. And then you got also another 50 cal. They're both Barretts, and with right with a sniper scope on there too, and that's your weapons. And first weapon or first sorry so the first thing they do is they shoot across the bow a few streaks of bullets, or stern, what they shoot across the front of the boat a couple times, warning these people in go fast boats to stop shooting, or stop going towards the U.S. coast. And because most of them, they have drugs and stuff, and of course these go fast boats are going like 70, 80 miles an hour. So if they don't stop, the next thing is after they fire a few bursts across the front of the boat, what they'll do is they'll get out the Barrett with the Ecotech sight, because the Ecotech is a lot easier to shoot at fast moving targets, especially when you're in a helicopter. So you'll sit there and or you'll be in comms with the pilot and saying up 30 feet, down 5 feet, stuff like that, so you can get your shot accurate, and you're shooting at the boat engines and you're taking those out, so that way the boat just dead stop. And then Coast Guard cutter will come out, and they'll go at that boat, and before they even get it, you switch to your snipers, your Barrett with your sniper scope, and your eyes on the people on the boat, just to make sure that the boarding party isn't getting shot at. And if they start shooting at somebody, then you take them out. That's kind of what I wanted to do. I want to be a sniper, or I want to be a marksman, but I rather not take somebody's life. So I had heard about this because I was looking at some of these old sniper documentaries that they had on History Channel that's on YouTube. And yeah, for Hit Ron, they didn't have one because, of course, not very big of an area for them to be able to have a spotter. So you're your own spotter, and you got to take the shot. So that I did rather not take somebody's life if I wouldn't have to. So that's kind of why I'm like, well, I want to be a marksman. I want to serve my country. I saw this. I'm like, what the hell is this? So I watched the documentary and they explain it. And I'm like, oh, that is awesome. I would love to do that. Yeah. And when you're, or from what I've heard, modern times, if you're a sniper, there is a 2-man sniper team that are actively doing the shooting and spotting, but then you also have a massive squad. You have like 30 people that are around you protecting you. So say you're in like a 20-story building, you got like, you're going up a story to prevent people from finding you, and you and your spotter are the ones that are actively targeting people, and then you got your squad that is protecting you. Say if there's only one stairwell, then you got them in the one stairwell. You got a few guys on different what do you want to call it? Floors that are kind of look out to see what is going on outside, just to make sure. So that way you don't have all of a sudden somebody rolling up. And of course, they make sure that the guys aren't seen, and Yeah. Yep. And then some of them I've heard instead of like having a spotting scope itself, they'll have they'll actually have these. So it'll be a 2-man sniper team, and they'll actually have 2 sniper rifles, so that way they can like kind of switch off between the two if they decide to do that, and they do like 1 hour on and 1 hour off of the scope to kind of rest their eyes. Uh, it's pretty cool. I was considering it because I was debating, do I want to go into the military, and I learned that sometimes like uh, Hitchcock. I don't remember what his last. I don't remember what his. I think it's Alf. No, it's Carlos Hathcock. Carlos Hathcock was a very famous Marine sniper. Um, Go look him up. He was, I think, him and an enemy sniper in Vietnam were 200 yards away, and they kept slowly creeping around. And Carlos Hathcock was downhill from the other guy, and he shot upwards straight through the scope and he took out the person through the scope through the eye and in the bullet went through the brain and killed them. And he was able. Luckily, he was downwind. I don't know why my thing is me up here. So he was down on the hill, but he was behind trees, and this person was up on the hill, and there was light hitting the scope. So of course he got that scope reflection, and and Hathcock saw that, and immediately he's like, "Oh, there's that other sniper that I've been looking for," and there was a massive like bounty on it, or on the or they were hunting for this one person because they were also known for, if they took prisoners, they were known for just massively torturing these people, and um, it was just crazy of what this one person would do. And so when he was able to take out, they were able. It was good for them because a lot of GIs got saved because of what he. I've heard there are some times where they do send in. Uh, Sometimes it's really stealth, so it's either it's just 1 man or 2-man team, and there's no backup. You're screwed. If you fucking get discovered, you're dead. You either shoot yourself or you get caught and tortured and shot. Yeah, the ghillie suits help disguise the person, and then and they create them themselves and own Scout Sniper School in the Marines. From documentary I watched. So they disguise themselves. They make the ghillie suit, and they get stuff around them to disguise themselves. And they have different ones for different stuff, so that like forests and grasslands and deserts and um, snow and different things. So that way you can uh, hide yourself, and then they also can do different things to the gun. So like you can make the gun look white so it blends in with the um, snow, and then there's also different things um, they can do to the scope. It's almost like tint in it, anti-reflective too, and so it'll prevent the glare or from the glare hitting the screen or the scope, so that way they're not spotted as easy, especially when you're out or especially in the sunny parts where it's open grasslands or in deserts. You don't want to be spotted. Some of these different some of the different things they do is just amazing. I would love to go see how they do it all. It's amazing. These to be or just a regular sniper is a lot different than being a special forces sniper from what I've seen. So the Navy SEAL sniper have a lot more training and are a lot better snipers than say just a sniper in the army who goes up or who's in the infantry or like sniper in the Ranger battalion. They're, I believe, Ranger battalion, I think is what they're called. I don't remember. I just know the Rangers. Can't remember if it's regiment or battalion or whatever. But yeah, so they, of course, have you're gonna have more training in special forces and better snipers overall in special forces compared to the pavement pounders. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's one of the hardest. I know that, but from what I've seen, that the special forces guys are a lot more trained and a lot better than just say like if you're an infantry um, sniper versus a ranger sniper, you're gonna have a lot more. You're gonna be a lot, or probably a lot better and a lot better trained if you're rangers. I gotta hop off. So thanks guys for joining my live. Try again on maybe next Sunday. See you guys.